What did we do in the last topic? We did all the colligative properties, osmotic pressure also, but there were a few conditions in all colligative properties. What we are doing? Our main focus is to calculate the molar masses, right? But we also said when we are calculating the molar masses, there were a few conditions which had to be obeyed. Number one, the solution should be dilute. Number two, no association or dissociation of the electrolyte should take place, right? But this does not really happen. If we have to calculate the molar masses in not very highly diluted solutions, in that case there is some error which comes in the calculations, right? And secondly, when we are talking of two phenomena, the first one, which is association. Association means aggregation of the particles. Like for example, there are certain substances which exist as dimer. Okay, so if they are existing as dimer, then what is going to be happen? That we have two types of masses. One is the observed molar mass, and the other one, that is the normal molar mass. Okay, now when association is going to take place, then bigger molecules are going to be formed. And if bigger molecules are formed, then the observed molecular mass, that is going to be higher than expected. Okay? So there is slight difference in the observed molar mass and the normal molar mass. Similarly, if dissociation is taking place, right? If dissociation is taking place, in that case, dissociation means that breaking up of ions is going to take place. For example, if we are taking sodium chloride, so it is giving us Na positive plus Cl negative. Okay. Now what is happening over here? The size of the ions, that is going to be smaller now. So the observed molar mass that is going to be lower than expected. It will have a less value. ठीक है, सो ये यहाँ पे हो रहा है कि अगर एसोसिएशन होगी तो ऑब्जर्व्ड मोलर मास जो है वो ज्यादा होगा देन नॉर्मल मोलर मास, और अगर डिसोसिएशन होगी तो ऑब्जर्व्ड मोलर मास कम होगा देन एक्सपेक्टेड. ठीक, इन दोनों एरर्स को या डिस्क्रिपेंसीज को एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए वैन हॉफ gave a factor which is represented by I. ठीक है, so Van 't Hoff factor जो है वो I है, and that is mathematically given as observed colligative property या abnormal colligative property upon normal colligative property, observed upon normal colligative property. ठीक है, now we know that the colligative property is inversely proportional to the molar masses. Therefore I can be written as normal molar mass upon abnormal molar mass. ठीक है, how do you calculate the normal molar mass? For example, if we have acetic acid, so the normal molar mass of acetic acid will be calculated as 60, we know, right? And the abnormal molar mass, that is calculated by the colligative property वाला जो मेथड होता है. जैसे colligative property वाला मेथड अगर आपको डेल्टा टीबी दे रखा है और उससे आपको कैलकुलेट करना है, तो हमें पता है कि डेल्टा टीबी दैट इज इक्वल टू व्हाट, दैट इज इक्वल टू केबी इनटू डब्ल्यूबी अपॉन एमबी इनटू डब्ल्यूए इनटू 1000। ठीक है, सो जो एब्नॉर्मल मोलर मास होगा दैट वी आर गोइंग टू कैलकुलेट फ्रॉम हियर and the normal molar mass will be calculated from here. Okay, now let's see, we have spoken of two processes over here. One is association. When we are talking of association, we are saying that the abnormal molar mass that is higher than expected. So if abnormal molar mass is higher, so then for association I would become less than 1. ठीक है, देखो दोबारा से हम लोग बोल रहे हैं एसोसिएशन के लिए ऑब्जर्व्ड मोलर मास या एब्नॉर्मल मोलर मास इज हायर देन एक्सपेक्टेड। द फॉर्मूला फॉर आई इज नॉर्मल मोलर मास अपॉन एब्नॉर्मल मोलर मास। अगर एब्नॉर्मल मोलर मास ज्यादा होगा देन नॉर्मल मोलर मास, देन आई शुड बी लेस देन 1। ठीक है, इन अ सिमिलर मैनर फॉर डिसोसिएशन वी हैव रिटन दैट ऑब्जर्व्ड मोलर मास इज लोअर देन एक्सपेक्टेड। ठीक है, सो इन दिस केस व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन, I is going to be greater than 1. Okay, जब नॉन इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स हम लोग लेते हैं, ये तो सारे हमने इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स लिए, अगर हम नॉन इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स लेंगे then in that case what will happen to I? I will become equal to 1 because they neither associate nor not dissociate. So for non electrolytes I is going to be equal to 1. Have you understood? So this is what Bandt factor is. Now when we are talking of Bandt factor, let's derive the degree of association and degree of dissociation according to the Bandt factor. ठीक है? Now we are first going to calculate what an electrolyte gives n ions on dissociation. Let's calculate alpha for dissociation. Over here we are saying that alpha that is equal to what? It is equal to degree of dissociation. ठीक है, now when we are talking of this, let's say that number of ions produced during any reaction that is equal to n alpha. Okay, number of ions produced during any reaction that is equal to 1 alpha. Now when a reaction starts to begin, when a reaction is happening, in that case we say that the number of ionized ions, ionization has started and we are saying number of ionized unionized, not ionized, unionized, the ones which are not getting ionized, that is equal to 1 minus alpha. Okay, so these are the ions which are left unionized, 1 minus alpha. Total number of molecules in solution will be what? That is going to equal to 1 minus alpha plus n alpha. The ones which are ionized and the ones which are unionized, we add them both and the total number of molecules will become equal to 1 minus alpha plus n alpha. ठीक है, or this can also be written as, we are going to take alpha common over here and when we take alpha common over here, that will become equal to n minus 1 alpha. ठीक है, 1 plus n minus 1 alpha. So what is going to be I over here? I will be equal to total number of molecules in solution divided by 1. Okay, because 1 is, when we started the reaction, 1 was the total number of molecules. Okay, so I will be given as what? 1 plus n minus alpha upon 1, right? And when we solve this, it is going to come as what? Alpha will become equal to I minus 1 upon n minus 1, where I is the Van 't Hoff factor and n that is going to be equal to number of ions in which any molecule dissociates, right? So the formula which you have to remember is only this. Rest is the derivation. It does not come in your examination. It's just for your understanding that I have done over here. So alpha, you have to remember this formula. Alpha is equal to I minus 1 upon n minus 1. Right? So n, how do we calculate? For example, if we are doing NaCl, so n will be equal to what? Na positive plus Cl negative. So n in this case will be equal to 2. Okay, if we are taking barium chloride, Ba2 positive plus 2Cl negative, so n over here will be 2 plus 1, that is equal to 3. So that is how you are going to calculate n. Degree of association. ठीक है, अब degree of association को भी we represented by alpha. Here the molecules, they are going to be associated. So when we are talking of molecules to be associated, then again we are saying let's take an equation Na to give us An, where n is the number of molecules which have associated. Okay, total number of particles over here. Total number of particles over here, that will become equal to what? It will become equal to 1 minus alpha plus alpha upon n. Right? Initially the molecules, they were alpha upon n, which have been associated, and unassociated, that is 1 minus alpha. So total number becomes 1 minus alpha plus alpha upon n. Right? So this can be written as what? It can be written as 1 plus 1 upon n minus 1 alpha. Okay? So alpha when calculated over here, that becomes equal to 1 minus I upon 1 minus 1 upon n. So this is the formula again which you have to memorize. And we have already studied that for non-electrolytes, alpha is equal to 1. Okay? When association is taking place, alpha is less than 1. And when dissociation is taking place, alpha is greater than 1. So this is a conceptual question which can come. Okay, so ultimately when we are talking of the Van 't Hoff factor, that in a question it is mentioned that the electrolyte is completely ionizing. So then your colligative properties will now be multiplied by the Van 't Hoff factor. That is, when we are talking of relative lowering in vapor pressure, P0 minus Ps upon P0, that becomes equal to Ixv, where we have to, where I can be this, your Van 't Hoff factor, or I can also be the number of molecules into which any this thing dissociates, substance dissociates or associates. ठीक है? उसी तरह से, if we are taking delta Tb, that will become equal to IKB into m. ठीक है? और delta Tf, that is equal to IKF into m. ठीक है? And pi, that is equal to ICRT. Clear? Okay. Then sometimes what happens is that vapor pressure is given to you in the question and you have to calculate the osmotic pressure. Nothing else is given, only vapor pressure is given and you have to calculate the osmotic pressure. Then how do we do that? What is the relation between osmotic pressure osmotic pressure and vapor pressure? We know that when we are talking of pi is the osmotic pressure. It is said that pi that is directly proportional to P naught minus Ps. This is known as lowering in vapor pressure. Okay? Or we say that it is directly proportional to, we know that P naught minus Ps, that will be change in vapor pressure delta P. Okay? So pi that is directly proportional to delta P. Clear? Now when we are talking of osmotic pressure, if it is directly proportional to P naught minus Ps, then pi should also be directly proportional to P naught minus Ps upon P naught. Okay, so we are saying that osmotic pressure is directly proportional to lowering in vapor pressure, and also it is directly proportional to relative lowering in vapor pressure. Okay? Then we know what is Pa upon Pb. Matlab, if now what I am trying to say is if now relative lowering in vapor pressure is given to you, then pi you can calculate, isn't it? Now if we have got, अभी तक जितने भी हमने colligative properties करी वो सारी हमने किसके लिए की है? We have done it for miscible liquids. Now if we have a set of immiscible liquids. For immiscible liquids, when we are talking of partial vapor pressures, we have two components in the immiscible liquid, one is A and the other one is B. PA is the partial pressure of A and PB is the partial pressure of B. Okay? So PA upon PB, that will depend upon what? PA depends upon the number of moles of A and PB will depend upon the number of moles of B. So it can be written like this, PA upon PB that is equal to NA upon NP. Okay? So what is now NA? NA is equal to WA upon MA and NB will be equal to WB upon MB. So that will become equal to MB upon WB. Okay? So this is how you can calculate. Now let's go on to a few questions of this section. Alright. The first question is, phenol associates in benzene to a certain extent for a dimer, which means it is forming a dimer. A solution containing 20 into 10 raised to power minus 3 kg of phenol and 1 kg of benzene, okay, has its freezing point decreased by 0.69 Kelvin. So delta TF over here is 0.69. Okay, calculate the fraction of phenol that has dimerized. So what do we have to calculate over here? We have to calculate alpha. So let's first calculate the observed molar mass. Observed molar mass. Here we will take what? We will take the freezing point वाला जो colligative property होता है, that is equal to delta TF is equal to KF into WB into 1000 upon MB into WA. This is our formula. We have to calculate MB. So MB goes over here. MB is equal to KF into WB into 1000 upon delta TF into WA. ठीक है? So what is the value of KF given to us is 5.12 into WB. WB that is given to us as what? 20 into 10 raised to power minus 3 kg. ठीक है? So 20 into 10 raised to power minus 3. ठीक है? Upon it's upon into 1000 upon delta TF given to us is 0.69 and WA given to us is 1 kg. Clear? Now when we calculate MB from here, it comes to 148.4. But when we are looking at the molar mass of phenol, molar mass of phenol when calculated, it comes to 94. 6 into 12, 72. ठीक है? 72 plus 6 is 78 and 78 plus 16, that will be 94. What is going to be alpha over here? Normal molar mass upon observed molar mass. This is the observed molar mass. This is the normal molar mass. So alpha will become equal to normal molar mass upon observed normal molar mass is 94 divided by 148.4. ठीक है? This when calculated, that becomes equal to 0.733. Sorry, not alpha, this is I. This is the value of I, I'm sorry. This is going to be the value of I. So alpha we have to calculate from this I value. What is going to be alpha? The formula given for dissociation. For association, that is what? 1 minus I upon 1 minus 1 upon n. This is the formula. ठीक है? So we have 1 minus what is I? 94 upon 148.4. It's not 0.73. Just check out what it comes. 94 divided by 148. So what do you have to calculate from here? Alpha. So alpha you can calculate now, right? So 1 minus whatever this is coming, 94 upon 148.4 upon 1 minus 1 upon, it is forming a dimer. So 1 upon 2. 1 minus 0.5. Okay? So alpha over here that comes to 0.733 or it is equal to 73.3%. This is how you have to do it. What is the second question? The second question is the freezing point depression of 0.001 molar for KX FeCN6 this is a coordinate compound given is 7.10 into 10 raised to power minus 3. So this is the freezing point depression. Delta TF. Delta TF given to us in the question is 7.10 into 10 raised to power minus 3. ठीक है? And molarity is also given 0.001 molar. Okay? Determine the value of X given KF is given to us as 1.86. Now over here we have to calculate X. How do we calculate that? We know that delta X that will be equal to what? Delta X will be, delta TF will be equal to what? According to the formula, delta TF that will be equal to IKF into M. ठीक है? Delta TF given to us is 7.10 into 10 raised to power minus 3. I we will calculate. Kf is given to us as 1.86 and molarity given to us is 0.001. ठीक है? So from here when we are calculating, I becomes equal to 3.817. Okay, now we have to calculate the total number of ions into which this is dissociating. Only then we can get the value of X. Okay, we have got I over here. So what is going to be alpha? For dissociation, alpha that is going to be equal to I minus 1 upon N minus 1. ठीक है? This is the formula. Can you calculate N from here? I that is equal to what? 3 point, how much? 817. Minus 1 divided by N. N will be X plus 1. ठीक है? So, X plus 1 minus 1, right? That is equal to alpha. And alpha is equal to what? Let's assume that alpha is equal to 1. Let's assume that alpha is equal to 1. So we will get 1 is equal to 3.817 minus 1 upon X plus 1 minus 1. So when you calculate X from here, it is coming to 2.8. Or approximately we can say that X that is equal to 3. This is an important question. Okay? Is it clear? Then let's go on to question number 3. Question number 3. The third question is M by 10 solution of potassium ferrocyanide is 46% dissociated. So alpha is given to us and molarity is also given, concentration N by 10. What will be its osmotic pressure we have to calculate. Okay, so let's say what is going to be the value of pi that is equal to WB upon MB into V into R into T. This is the formula of osmotic pressure. Right? Now W upon M that is given to us as it is W upon MB into V. That is going to be equal to what? The molarity. And the molarity is given to us as M by 10. ठीक है? So WB, this and this. WB upon MB into V that is given to us as 0.1. Right? Clear हो गया? So V will become equal to what? 1 liter. Okay. Volume in this case that is going to be 1. The value of R taken is 0.0821. Temperature given to us is 18 degrees Celsius. So 18 को Kelvin में convert करेंगे. 18 plus 273, which gives us 291. ठीक है? So normal osmotic pressure will be equal to what? 0.1 upon 1 into R. 0.0821 into 291. Okay, so pi when calculated over here, that comes to 2.389 atmospheres. Now when we talking of potassium ferrocyanide, the formula given to us is K4FeCN6. ठीक है? So alpha that is equal to what for dissociation? I minus 1 upon N minus 1. Alpha given to us is 46%. So 46% means 0.46.
How will you calculate I from here? I can be calculated because rest everything is given to us. I minus 1 upon n is going to be 4 plus 1, that is 5 minus 1. ठीक है? So let's calculate I from here. That will be equal to, I is equal to 0.46 into 4. I minus 1 will be equal to 5 minus 1 is 4. So 0.46 upon 0.46 into 4. That will be equal to 4 6 are 24, 4 4 are 16, 18. 1.84. ठीक है? And I will be equal to what? 2.84. Then what is going to be the observed osmotic pressure now? Observed osmotic pressure 2.84. ठीक है? The value of I. That will be your observed osmotic pressure, that is 2.84. Clear? .84 into how will you calculate? This is not the end of the question. Over here we have to still calculate the observed osmotic pressure. Observed osmotic pressure will be I into normal osmotic pressure. ठीक है? So I given to us over here is 2.84 and normal osmotic pressure we calculated as 2.38. Okay? So this is coming to what? It is coming to 6.785. This is how you were supposed to do this question. ठीक है? Clear हो गया? So if you want to see it again, you can do it. We have this given to us. What do we calculate over here? We are calculating the vapor pressure. Vapor pressure is 0.1 into 0.081 into 291, which is coming to 2.389. ठीक है? So K4 FeCN6 dissociates into 5 ions. 0.46 alpha is given to us 46%. So 0.46 is equal to I minus 1 upon 5 minus 1. That comes to, from here we can calculate I, which is coming to 2.84. Okay? And observed will be equal to what? I into whatever your P naught. P naught is what? This only, na? I into colligative property. Okay, so colligative property which we have calculated over here is 2.389. So we multiply I with 2.38, that comes to 6.785 atmospheres. Clear? Let's go on to the next question. Question number 4. Question number 4 is a 0.5% aqueous solution of KCl was found to freeze at minus 0.24 degrees Celsius. Calculate the Van't factor and degree of dissociation of the solute at this concentration. Kf is given to us. So let's first calculate the observed molar mass. Observed molar mass will be calculated by the colligative property. So M observed, that is going to be equal to what? Kf into Wb into 1000 upon delta Tf into Wa. ठीक है? Now Kf given to us is 1.86 into Wb. Wb given to us is how much? In the question 0.5% aqueous solution. So 0.5 grams into 1000 upon delta Tf given to us in the question is minus 0.24 degrees Celsius is the freezing point of the solution. So delta Tf will come equal to plus 0.24. right? And WA given to us in the question is how much? If it is a percentage, then WA would be 100. So observed molar mass when calculated, that comes equal to 38.75. Okay? It is coming to 38.75. So what is the, otherwise what is the normal molar mass of KCl? That is going to be equal to 39 plus 35.5. So that is 0.5, 14, 74.5. Okay? So I will be equal to observed molar mass upon normal molar mass. Observed molar mass is coming as how much? Sorry, normal molar mass upon observed. Normal upon observed. Okay, so यहाँ पे normal which is coming is 74.5 and 38.75. So approximately it is coming to 1.92. 1.92. So what do we have to calculate over here? Degree of dissociation. Alpha I minus 1 upon 2 minus 1. Because KCl dissociates into 2 ions. So that will become equal to, value of I is 1.92 minus 1 upon 2 minus 1, that is equal to 1. Okay? So this will become equal to 0.92 or 92%. Okay? So these are the 4 questions. Okay, if you have a confusion in which the normal mass has to be taken and which the observed mass has to be taken. Suppose in the question they have given you observed molar mass and without calculations they have given you the direct value of observed molar mass and normal molar mass. You have to remember one thing, in case of dissociation, when dissociation is taking place, then your observed molar mass is always greater than normal molar mass. Okay? Sorry, in case of dissociation, your normal molar mass is always greater than observed molar mass. Clear? And in case of association, opposite is going to happen. Right? So what are we saying over here? We are saying that in case of so that you do not get confused. For dissociation, your I has to be greater than 1. Okay? And we are saying that I is equal to normal molar mass upon observed molar mass. Right? So in this case, normal molar mass is always greater than observed molar mass. Okay? And for association, I is less than 1. Okay, so the normal molar mass is going to be less than observed molar mass. This we discussed when we started the topic. Okay? So today we finish chapter number 2.